How's it going, everybody? King Recon here today, man. I'm so excited. Just rewatched the episode for like the third time. And good lord, man. Shogun Assassination arc is here! It is here, my friends. You know, waiting for so long for it to come and for it to finally be here and me actually being able to witness it is very, very surreal. You know, I can't believe it's actually happening. So before I get into the actual comparison for the episode and chapters, you know, which one I preferred and which one did it better in my honest opinion, well I'll save that for a bit. But for right now, you know, I gotta talk about the moment that I know is going to be the buzz for this week's episode, because it was the buzz when I read it, and that was the ending of chapter 503, ladies and gentlemen. Now, chapter 502 and chapter 503 both ranked 9th in Weekly Shonen Jump when they were running at that point in time. And I don't know how in the hell, with that ending with Zenzo, I don't know how Zenzo! I actually know, a certain man said it better than I did. Zenzo! Besides that, I don't know. I really don't know how in the world it didn't rank higher, but it's whatever. You know, it's whatever, because to me, it was phenomenal. And the thing is whenever you have a chapter or an episode that caused this type of reaction.
The Shogun's duty is to protect the people, even if he must risk his life to do it. I leave the rest to you. Look. No fucking way. The same. I'm not seeing things. The Shogun just got his head cut off by Hattori Zenzo. The same dude who's reading Jump in all those comedy arcs. He just got wrecked.
And this type of reaction.
Shogun's duty is to protect the people in the country, even if he must risk his life to do it. Yes, Zenzo, I leave the rest to you. Yo, Zenzo. What the fuck just happened? Yo! Yes, Zenzo, I leave the rest to you. This. I ain't showing you even.
It's something that is truly incredible. Like, that's why I really wanted to see so many live reactions to this episode, because I wanted to see people's reactions to that, because they just came out of left field. How in the hell? That's why I said there is no one that could have predicted the ending of 503. No one that could have predicted the end of episode 300. It's like, man, like, good lord, like, it was crazy, man, just insane, and it's something that, it's the Shogun Assassination, baby, and it happened sooner than everyone thought, but it happened sooner than I'd ever thought, but that's where it is, man. The Shogun Assassination arc, and I love the way that Crunchyroll was promoting it too. That just says Shogun Assassination arc part 1. But getting into the actual comparison, folks. So, well, before I get into the manga stuff, let me just say the opening was phenomenal. You know, I was asking for a new opening, and we're gonna get a new opening halfway through the season for sure, new opening and ending. But for right now, what we got out of this opening with its new visuals, phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. Phenomenal. Straight up from when it showed Gintoki as a child, and it showed him as a Shiroyasha, which is not my cover photo, by the way. And it showed him now, and it goes, beautiful Monday, and it goes through everything, you know, it just, the hype, and the little sequence with Gintoki going back to Shiroyasha, the Takatsuki going back, and they just clashed. That was phenomenal. The opening was godlike. Loved it. The animation was crisp. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, alright, and it was amazing. I rewatched it like 40,000 times. Now, let me get into the comparisons. So the first thing I want to compare is the comedic moments, and the first comedic moment I want to compare is the penis part, the shadow juice. That part for me was done better in the anime because I died of laughter in the manga, but the anime did it perfectly. You know, with the sound effects and the way they looked and the way that all the different Shige doubles looked. I was dying. It was hilarious, and then So I preferred that in the anime for sure. I definitely preferred that in the anime. It was great. I was laughing my ass off. And then in the other comedic part, you know, with whenever Gintoki's inside of that of the little thing and he's reading Kingdom and all that stuff, that part for me was done better in the anime as well. Because like I said before, the manga as well didn't make me laugh there, but I was dying for the anime portion there as well. It was great. The way they did it was awesome. But getting into, you know, the two main components, which is you know, the middle portion with Kamui and Takatsugi. When Kamui enters in there and he punches the living hell with a falcon punch to Nobunobu, I will say this: I preferred the initial punch, and before that, like that little portion, the lead up to that punch, I preferred that in the manga. I guess it's because I'm biased and I came into that, you know, I didn't know. Because in the manga, the only little glimpse we got was of the white foot and a little part of his cape. And at the moment, I was like, hold on, now that like I was so caught up in Nobunobu's Nob's freaking dialogue, I just said, you know, let me continue. And then when that next page hit me and I saw Kamui's freaking fist in his face, I was like, whoa! It caught me off guard. So up until the punch hits to the nose, personally I preferred in the manga because the anime kind of gave it away a little bit with the red hair and whatnot. But I preferred it more in the manga. But the after the initial punch and he gets sent flying into the wall, that and the entire portion of dialogue with Kamui and Takatsugi was done phenomenally. The atmosphere was captured phenomenally, and the voice acting, everything was great, and it was done better for me in the anime. Loved it. And Nobunobu, his facial expression, the flashback with the Shogun in the middle, showing everything that we've seen from him in the past, which is really sad considering what happens at the end of the episode, and it's crazy. So it's like, man, I can't believe we're actually here. So yeah, the actual punch I preferred more in the manga, but everything after I definitely preferred in the anime. And then going into the ending, the finale of the episode, I said it in my reaction. I couldn't believe just how well they captured the atmosphere. Not just the mood, not just the good animation, but the atmosphere was captured perfectly, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, I was more shocked in the manga because I read it first, and I was like, damn! I had my mouth open. I didn't know what to do. It was crazy. But in the anime, they captured it amazing with the atmosphere, how dark it was. Zenzo showing up. There was no music. Out of nowhere, music hits when Zenzo stands up. He hits. That was good! And he goes over there, and then whenever he slices the head off, they animated that so well because we hear it, then we step over to the crows. Shout out to Obro. We step over to the crows, we go back, and then we see Shige's head rolling in the sky. And in the manga, all we saw was his head flying, and Zenzo cutting off his head. By the way, don't ever search the panel. You will get spoiled if you're an anime only. But so he cuts off the head, and wait, will you get spoiled? Don't do it. Regardless of that, he went in there and he cut it, and then like we saw like the top knot on top of the panel. They didn't do it like this. In the anime, it actually showed his head rolling in the sky. And then the final page with Zenzo like this over Shige's headless body is that was definitely anime. I mean that was last panel in chapter 503. So and it was done great. So just the overall atmosphere and the music, the way the color was, and how it was the sun, like it was the darkest before dawn. Like it was nice. It was beautiful. I loved it. The sunset, just the color, the atmosphere. Like I said before, was perfect. BNP captured it perfectly. Now, when it comes to the next week, notice that a couple of you have noted what's about to go down next week, man. Just in case if you haven't, just if you don't watch previews, I'm not gonna spoil you. But next week's gonna be hype, and I believe next week is going to cover chapters 504, 505, and 506. And just to give you, I'm gonna repeat this again in next week, but just give you a little heads up to the hype. 504, I believe, ranked 4th. No. 504 ranked 6th. 505 ranked 4th. And 506 ranked 3rd. So, just to give you a little insight. Alright, now my personal favorite out of those 3 is 505. At least I think, from what I recall. 505 was my favorite out of those 3. So, next week is going to be some hype. It's going to be a dream match that a lot of you have been waiting for. Definitely my top 3 bouts in the series. And it's going to be awesome. So guys, I will see you then. What did you guys personally think about the first episode of the Shogun Assassination arc? If you're an anime only, please let me know. And if you're a person that is that reads the manga like me, what kind of moments did you prefer more in the manga? What kind of moments did you prefer more in the anime and that type of thing? Did you overall prefer it more in one way or the other, or was it like a mixture? Because for me, overall 502 was half and half, but 503 was definitely for me done better in the anime. It was wow, really well done. So both of them. Oh, so like overall, they're doing a really good job so far of animating it, which I had no doubt in my mind that they would really put in their hard work for it, especially with that amazing opening. And this is their arc. This is the arc that they've been waiting for. This is the arc that they've been foreshadowing ever since they first came back with Day by Day. This is the arc that they've obviously been wanting to do for so long, and they're doing a damn good job so far. So guys, have an awesome day. The first episode of the Shogun Assassination arc from me gets an awesome sauce. I don't care. I loved it. It was beautiful. It was amazing. I can't stop rewatching it. And man, have an awesome day, everybody. It was great. It was phenomenal. And yeah, just please leave me a comments down below, though. I really am curious on hearing your guys' thoughts on the overall episode itself. And especially if you're an anime only, man, because that junk was crazy. That's just. But everybody have an awesome day, everybody. Yeah.